Dearest brothers and sisters, greetings of the Most High. We come forward now in this moment at the time of the great total solar eclipse at 10 degrees in Cancer. Beloveds, we are still very much in the solstice energetic gateway, and the earthly plane is still being bombarded with an unprecedented level of gamma ray activity. Many of us are feeling this in our physical bodies, and it is manifesting as extreme thirst, tiredness, fatigue, and for some there will be irritability. It is very important at these times that we all listen closely to our bodies and the messages and signals that our bodies are giving us. No longer will our higher selves allow us to keep ignoring the signals of our bodies, which are intelligently communicating to us if our thoughts or relationships are out of alignment or deeply unsatisfactory. When we continually ignore the signals of our body, the body is left with no choice but to continue to send us more heightened and intense symptoms in order to get our attention. As ever, self-love is the key. And please know that many of you who are reading these words are being tested by your higher self with regards to your boundaries and how vigilant you are with your boundaries. Part of the amnesia programming has been for us to be cut off from our body's emotional intelligence and the ways that our bodies communicate to us. We have all been societally conditioned to minimize and diminish the impulses, intuitions and knowings of the emotional body to the detriment of ourselves on all levels of being. It is very important that those of you who are reading these sacred words place a microphone to your inner self and your inner feelings and develop skills that enable you to validate your own emotional experiences. Your emotional experiences are connected to your inner child, and therefore if you ignore your emotional responses, you are ignoring your inner child, and this is absolutely unfeasible and unsustainable for all of those on the ascending spiritual path. And of course, your inner child will go to extreme measures to get your attention and correct this out of alignment behaviour. The energies of the solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer are very much connected to this which we speak about. And for all of us, this particular area of our evolutionary process is being highlighted and magnified at the moment. Our guidance to you, dearest ones, is to take heed of the messages of your emotional body. Leave relationships that are not nourishing to you. Set boundaries with people who are taking advantage of you, and go beyond the call of duty in terms of loving yourself and demonstrating to all of the beloveds in your life how to love you and how precious and worthy of love that you are. Dearest ones, the energies are now building towards the 7-7 gateway. The 7-7 is a highly auspicious ascension portal, and all those who feel the call are invited to come forward to take part in the 7-7 gateway to heaven, activation of the AntahkaRana, the Rainbow Bridge to our higher self. This transmission is directly related to the work that we did in the Golden Dragon transmission, and again we'll be working with the portal of Mount Shasta and the inner realms of Agartha. We will also be working with our Arcturian Ascension teams as well as our Sirius Ascension teams. The Rainbow Bridge, that is also known as the AntahkaRana, exists within our so-called dormant DNA, and part of the Hopi prophecy was that it will be activated on a collective level at this time. Please know that we are the ground crew who are being called to activate the AntahkaRana, not only for all of us individually, but for all of our brothers and sisters currently incarnated and those to be incarnated. This is highly precipitous work to be invited to participate in, and will profoundly accelerate all of our evolutionary pathways. The activation and empowerment of the AntahkaRana will assist us to bring online many of our dormant spiritual gifts, such as the ability to instantly heal, the ability to teleport, bilocate, remote view, materialize and dematerialize. All of these powers are stored in our DNA, awaiting the timeline alignment to be activated. It was always decreed that the 7/7 portal date would be the auspicious time that this powerful ascension tool would be activated. And it is our deepest pleasure to come together in ceremony with you all on this auspicious date. For many of the first wave twin flames, whose divine masculines are still very much in the awakening process, please know that the energies of the solar eclipse and the 7/7 portal, which are leading us spectacularly towards the Lion's Gate, will be instrumental in recorrecting many of the pathways of these divine masculines that we speak of. So many old 3D contracts are completing now in earnest, and many of you are observing what appears to be somewhat of a split occurring. As these intense energies continue to bombard the earthly plane, those who are in surrender and running towards their God self and are on the ascension path will be hugely supported via fortuitous meetings, synchronicities, divine alignments with destiny, and miracles will be the order of their day. And for those who are resistant or who are running away from the self, via addiction to substances or negative thinking, will experience a splitting off energetically from those who are choosing to run towards the light. Please know, dearest ones, that none of this is personal. It is all vibrational. It does not mean that there is not love between you. It just means that you are vibrationally incompatible. It is advisable to stay in grace and allow whatever needs to leave your life to go, and know that you are creating space for relationships and energies that are nourishing and supportive of you. Everyone will get there eventually in their own time. Everybody is on the ascension path, whether they are consciously aware of it or not. Every single caterpillar will transform into a butterfly in their own time. It is our job to love ourselves and to love others unconditionally, whilst having extremely clear boundaries in place towards any people or energies that are not celebratory or in service to you and your expansion. We hope that these words have been comforting and deeply activating for you. These are truly the most exciting times for any soul to be incarnated. And please know that it is our deepest pleasure to gather with you on the 7/7 transmission. Beloveds, it is crucial at this stage of our collective ascension that we gather together as much as possible in ceremony, in high-level consciousness spaces, to activate and implement all of the shifts that are pre-programmed in our DNA, pertaining to the restoration of the Garden of Paradise. The 7/7 transmission will take place on the 7th of July at 7:07 p.m. UK time, and it will take place in a secret group on Facebook. In this transmission, we are being called to do massively huge work for our galactic star family, who are working with us individually and collectively to activate and profoundly empower our AntahkaRana, the Rainbow Bridge to our higher self. The codes of the Rainbow Bridge are stored in humanities' so-called dormant DNA, and part of the Hopi prophecy was that we would come together at this highly auspicious time in order to activate the AntahkaRana personally and collectively. Please know that this transmission will not take place in the Event is Happening group. It will take place in a secret group on Facebook. And so it is absolutely imperative that all of you who sign up for the transmission receive the PDF instructions to Join the secret group. In love and eternal light, Gen G and the White Wolf Tribe.